Yes. So, greetings and salutations, one and all. I thought I'd come on. Obviously, there wasn't one on Saturday because I forgot I was actually away looking after my daughter on Saturday evening. So, hence there was no stream. I do apologise if people are expecting that. Yeah, it's weekend. There you go. Since we last saw each other, so that'll be last Wednesday stream. As you can hear, I've got a bit of a cough, so that's fun. A bit of a cough, cold, general, unwellness. So I'm going to just come on for a little while, just hang out, chill. As I say, it's just one of those things. I just wanted to see what was going on in the world, have a chat with people as normal, and yeah. So as you can see by the top of the screen, these are. We were looking at starting these last week, and that's where we got up to with them. Interestingly enough, we got some other bits and pieces. I've just eaten dinner, and I had a little cough, but now I think it's doing it deliberately. It's trying to piss me off even more than it has done already, because I have not been getting a lot of sleep with with that rattling on. Taking like medication and stuff. The sort of linkness that I got hold of does not seem to do anything apart from taste yuck. So yeah, that's fun. But what I did do today, finally, I nipped out of work. I ran across the road because there is a place called The Range, which is a store in the UK. It's a chain where they have basically like household goods, some gardening stuff, DIY stuff, home improvements and all that sort of stuff in one place. I suppose in the US, probably similar to Target in some respects, just not so much with like clothes and bits and pieces. For food, they don't really do food. They do some food items, like frozen stuff you can get from there, but like not like everyday sort of like essentials. It's just like stuff like Greggs. Actually, you can buy Greggs sausage rolls and steak bakes, which you just stick in the oven. And now I'm sneezing. Even better. Great. But I distract myself. So from that, my little visit to The Range, I did pick up myself some more boxes for my Mechanicum bits and pieces, because one of the problems I had with the boxes that I have available, which I use for like Space Marine Army so far, there's not enough height for Thanators, so that's a problem, because Thanators stand quite tall. So I found it's called iDoodle, like iPhone, iDoodle Essentials storage box with 20 compartments. It cost me a whopping £2.79. I know. So that's the box. 20 storage. Obviously, you've got the little storage things you can slide out, but the Trioris sitting there quite nicely once you take them out, and the Thanators stand up, no problems whatsoever. So that was handy. As I said, for less than £3, that's because obviously there's another 4 Thanators to go into there. Plus, I'm sure I can some of the other stuff like Castellax. I'm not sure how tall they are in comparison. Well, not going to be as tall as that. So I've got 4 other slots there. So that was handy dandy. But the things that I've used before for my Astartes forces, which are these clear plastic. So that's 1 sprue's worth of Mechanicum. So again, there's 2 spare slots at the end there. So maybe again, Castellax can go into there because I've got 6 of them to deal with. I'll find uses for them. But a Space Marine sprue takes up 9 of these boxes, so you can get 2 Space Marine sprues into one of these boxes, or 1 Mechanicum sprue. So that was £1.89. So you can buy them from Hobbycraft, but they're $4.99 in Hobbycraft. So for those of you in the UK, that's what you want. So they are the Art Studio Clear Plastic Embellishment Organizer, 20 centimetres by 10 centimetres. But yeah, £1.89. So definitely worth it. And plus, it, not being that clear, you know, you can see your models really nicely. So it's like a little storage solution. You possibly could actually stand them up that way, you have them arranged on a wall mount, but I haven't. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, hello there, Maris. How are you, sir? How's your week been so far? As I said, I have the sniffles, so I do apologise, and coughs and everything. So it's been great. So, as I said, I'm coming on for a little hangout. So it's not going to be like the 3 hours we were last Wednesday. Although that was a really enjoyable stream, I'm not going to be able to last because I literally had 2 hours sleep. So that's always fun, especially when you had to go to work. What was I doing? I was doing something. That's Empress Children, that's no good. So I'm not going to do these. So I did make a start on scimitars, not scimitars, javelins for my fast reactionary dudes. That's a Thanator one. Because I've got 2 sprues worth of the fast dudes. Yeah, unfortunately, I literally got a text Friday night from the ex-wife saying, "You do remember you're here with Maggie tomorrow?" And I completely forgot. So it was my bad. Because, as I said, on the last stream that was on last Wednesday, which you were there, I did go on about, "Oh, I'll see everyone on Saturday." But obviously I was not there, so I do apologise. To be honest, as I said, this past week with this whole, I don't know, it's just this flu that's going around or whatever. I'm calling it a flu because it's more than a cold, and it's been weird because luckily, touch wood, like haven't had too much of a runny nose. It's purely been coughs and general ness overall. So I've not been in the best of um, health, especially seeing as it's been freaking cold. That's not going to help. That's not going to keep me all nice and comfy and stuff. And I work in a very cold place, and I'm just looking around now for a hoodie. So I'm just going to stick that onto my radiator. So I'm just going to put my hoodie on, because even though I've had my radiator on for the last sort of 2 and a bit hours, I've got 2 layers on top here, and I'm already feeling cold. So hoodie time as well. So all great. So with the Mechanicum, we still have the second infantry sprue to do, but I'm going to save that because I don't think my eyesight's much cop at the moment. So I'm in the mood for building some robots, some teeny tiny robots. So they'll suffice. And hello, Ben. You sneaky little sod, sneaking in there like a slivery snake. Lots of people seem to be sneezing, but hopefully it's just the usual winter stuff. Yeah, as I said, it's like my partner Sam's been under the weather for a little bit longer, so I've been avoiding catching anything from her. But literally Thursday last week at work, I just started feeling not my normal groovy self, and even to the boss, I said, like, I'm not going to have anything no lunch. I don't feel hungry. And he's like, well, you must be feeling a little bit rough if that's the case, because I do religiously have my lunch break. But yeah, if I'm not eating, that's definitely a sign. And then since then, it's been quite weird, because as I said, I weren't coughing as much. I just felt a general on the Thursday. I took like paracetamol and stuff like that, and then on the Friday, I felt a little bit better. And I thought, oh, must have just just one of those 24-hour type things, because generally my immune system's quite good, but then as Friday progressed, I started getting worse again, and then literally like the coughing started sort of Friday evening, and I was like, I woke up at sort of 2:30, and then it was just like I could not settle back to sleep. So it was like on off. So that was a bit annoying, to say the least. And so sleep deprived, definitely. I'm surprised I haven't killed somebody yet, because I do require sleep. Like most humans, we require sleep to not murderize people. Hey, Lee Joe Waters, welcome. How are you, buddy? How's your hobby week been so far? But yeah, it's the whole winter like crappiness in general, isn't it? Really, but oh jeez, yeah. So deal with it. You gotta be strong, so we can't get moaned at saying, "Oh, it's man flu." I hate that. I hate that so much, because I'm not one of those people that sort of, if I'm ill, I don't try and make a big fuss of it. I just try, I'll suffer in silence. I'll martyr myself for the cause. But sometimes you need that little bit of like, you need that sort of like care and stuff. I'm a big boy, really. So yeah, it's dealing with all that sort of stuff, and like your head's all bunged up. But I am glad, touch wood, that I haven't been a messy snot pot. That really annoys me. Hey, hello, boss. Hello, Crystal McDonald. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Another person who's currently off with the little BB meal, with the chickeny pox. Oh, I'm good, thanks. Got some hobby time last night building terrain and sort out my solar/mech armies. Nice. In case you missed out from earlier, these are what I use from the range, which you'll probably have one near to you, because one box will hold Mechanicum quite nicely in there with 2 extra spots. So that's 1 spruce worth of Mechanicum. So your Magos, Tech Priest, the Myrmidons, the Ursarax, Phalax, and then your 5 sprues of Order Seclaris. And they are £1.89 from the range. Hobbycraft sell these at £4.99. So yeah, I grabbed 3 of them today. And also in Hobbycraft, especially for the bigger boys, these £2.79, 20 compartments, but obviously you can take them out. So I've got the Triaris in there, and I've got 4 Thanators, so I can get another 4 Thanators and some other bits down the side there as well. So £2.79. I'm not sponsored by anyone, as we all know, but I like to pass on these wonderful savings that I discover. But yeah, I like those bases, by the way. Can I ask what it is? I missed the old astrogranite debris. It seems like a match. It's not too dissimilar. So I'll show you on here. So all that is my mixture, my old sandbox with various rocks, grains, sands, a bit of Southend seafront in here. The white stuff isn't Colombian marching powder, but well, not the big thick pinkies. There's some stuff I got from a scenery set recently. But the white powdery stuff, which you can just see in there, is bicarbonate and soda, because I will put bicarbonate soda, I'll put super glue all across the base, attach my dude, and then I'll put some rocks, sprinkle them in randomly, and then fill in the rest with the sand by sprinkling it on. I don't scoop like that because it can get a bit too clumpy there. So I normally would have the base on the lid and then just sprinkle stuff on, get some more, sprinkle until it covers up, add some more super glue, do some more sand to build up the texture. And it doesn't have to be perfectly flat, it can be lumpy as well, because I say, like with some of the other ones, you've got like little bits of other rocks and stuff you mix in. But once that's done, I'll spray the base with my Halford's Grey primer, or you don't even have to do that, but if you, it depends if you're basing the actual model as well, really. But Mechanicum Standard Grey is the main thing, because that's the colour as your base level. Then dry brush it with Tyrant Skull, and then mix up some 50/50 water agrax and spread that on, let it dry, and they all come out pretty consistent like that. So that sort of muddy, dark, grey-ish. There is actually on the YouTube channel, if you look under the videos sort of thing, not the lives, but the paint guides or whatever I think I put it under, paint tutorials perhaps. There is one where I base a Warhound Titan base. So, with my Titans where I've got all like bits of buildings, you see me like how I go about doing one of them. So it just gives you 20 minutes long, but it covers everything because super glue and that stuff just works. Doesn't chip off or anything like that, so it's really, really good. That's awesome. The old sand on bases, haven't done that in many moons. Maybe I'll try it out. But it's not going to hurt. But as I say, it's literally, I buy the cheap super glue from Screwfix. These are about 2-3 quid for a 20 mil. You have to keep them upright though, because the thing is, I have found that if they do get knocked over, they do sort of like stick your lids on, so and then you've like wasted one. So always make sure that they're always standing upright. But yeah, you just do the base, stick the model to it, bang, and then just fill out with the sand and the powder. The powder. Right. Wow. Wow. Oh, it's a wild Chrissy. Hello. Hello, Magusa. And how are we this evening? So I do apologise for the voice and the snuffliness. I am Mr. Snuffleupagus today. So I'm just getting to clear my workspace and stuff. No, that's the wrong thing. I was looking at the wrong bloody things, that tells you. Oh. Yep, still the wrong thing. Okay, we're going to do something I've never done before. I'm good, Tar. Well, I'm sure that you are, Magusa. You cheeky scamp. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've let everyone down with my lurkiness. But as I was saying earlier on, touch wood, I haven't been a snot pot. So that's one thing. It's just been sore throat. The cough has been freaking irritating because that's why I've not been sleeping. Like last night, I tried sleeping, couldn't. I ended up being up until about 4 o'clock in the morning, and then had to get, because I had to get up at 6, which my alarm went off at 6, and I just went and next minute it was 7 minutes to 7, and I'm normally at the kids for just after 7. And they live like 20 minutes down the road, and I was still in my sort of night attire, which obviously I'll leave that up to you guys to imagine what sort of outfits, outrageous nightwear that I wear. It's scandalous. So yeah, I literally shit the bed. But it was fine. It was fine in the end. He said we got the kids at their colleges on time, and I was only slightly late to my work. Yeah, I know you could imagine quite a lot, Ben, and you often do. You filthy boy. You magnificent gibbon, you. Right. Just trying to identify what the fuck I'm looking at. So one of the things that some people have already said about the Mechanicum Sprues is these guys here, the Vorax, which Chrissy, have you done Vorax with yours? I know you built a few bits, but the Vorax is what most people are saying are horrendously hard because they're quite fiddly. I can imagine quite a bit, to be honest. I know you can, you dirty boy. So, I'm drinking lots of water. I'm hydrating. Yeah, because if you don't follow Curissy already on Instagram and other social media outlets, she did for the Warhammer community a little like diorama. We had the Triaris, Thanatar, Castellax, and some Ardus Clarius. I can never pronounce the fucking name on the bases, which were really epic because they were teeny tiny. But yeah, definitely give her a follow if you don't, as well as Crystal McDowell as well, because she's my boss. And I'm terrible at all this promotional things. I have no idea which ones they are. Okay, it was a box art. Yeah, but it's like everyone else done their little units. You done that little diorama, and it worked. So, you know, it looked awesome. I'm sure you painted both sides as well, not like those heavy metal painters of old. Let's just do the front. That's all you're going to see. And to be fair, it's like, because she done the box art, which is basically what I do with mine. Oh, shut up, boss. Don't follow me, you'll just be disappointed. You're never disappointed with following Crystal McDowell, especially if you have a squig affliction. But to be fair, she is taking a bit of a break at the moment because BB is ill and stuff. I'm not frozen. Yeah, well, thank God for that. Oh, it's giving me shivers. Sorry. Calm. Just if I start off with the whole laughing stuff, I'm probably going to hyperventilate and blow up or something. And oh, it's a Heed who is one of my birthday siblings. Marius, I was watching an interview the other day about the famous Blood Angel from 2nd edition, and the guy showed it off, if I remember, and the backside unpainted. Funny to have that confirmed. You just don't know. And at the end of the day, they're painting it for photographs you generally were originally only seeing the front of. So you can kind of understand it. Why bother if you're not going to be showing it off? Obviously now they do the 360 stuff, so they kind of have to. But I have the clippers. I have the sprue. I am currently looking for number 1 and 2, which are conveniently placed here. So hoink and hoink. So 1 and 2, electric boogaloo. Let's see if my glue works though. That's the problem. So what is everybody doing this evening? I'm assuming we're hobbying. I have to assume that we're hobbying, because why else would you be here? Unless you're Ben. He's a glutton for punishment. Can it focus? Focus, damn it! Oh, fuck it! No, double fuck! Ah. It landed in the lap area, and I think it might have. Found it. Sorry. It was somewhere else. Right. So these, or this, is the Artalax, which is it's a kit that doesn't exist in 28mm so far. So it will eventually. because they brought it out in this scale. Three. I've paused Guilliman in favour of Master Chief tonight. Ooh, my Halo Flashpoint box arrived, and I've decided to indulge my inner 11-year-old. And why not? I did catch a glimpse of some of the Halo stuff at LGT, because I had conveniently right virtually next door to where we were. And Christy already starts with trying to choke me with the "I'm working on things." Oh, you're so mysterious. So yeah, I did like the look, because it's Halo. Everybody likes Halo, surely, or we all have a favourite Halo. So for me, Halo Reach, I loved, absolutely loved that one. ODST as well, from the other side of the coin, not being a 7-foot tall super soldier. And I think probably Halo 3. That's the sort of order I would go in personally. So Reach, ODST, and then Halo 3. Well, I played them the most anyway. Right. 5 and 6. Oh my god, oh my god, the tiny toes. The tiniest toes known to Mechanicum kind. Struth. Yeah, always a great idea working on them in a dark space. Combat Evolved for me reminds me of my uni days. No, that's cool. There's no wrong answers, to be fair. We all have our favourite versions. I think with Halo 3 getting in there, it was because I used to play that with my little brother and his girlfriend and cousin, or occasionally cousin anyway. So that was fun times. Eight and 9. Well, I was a bit scared with that foot, but turns out it was alright. ODST is certainly a favourite of mine. Combat Evolved for the start of it all. Reach had the best blend of gameplay and set pieces, in my opinion. Exactly. Because obviously by then we all knew about what happened to Reach, but playing through it really sort of, it was emotional. What am I going to say? Emotional. Halo Wars for the cinematics. So this is another reason why we have our bond and friendship, boss. You've got awesome taste. get that in place. What was it? Oh no, we was going to do Borderlands, weren't we, boss? One day. One day. 7. Oh, that's a leg and a half. Comes with its own tactical rock as well. That's because it wasn't free to start the whole Arbiter thing where you could play as the Arbiter as well. Then my brain is straight. That's what I'm taking from that. No worries, I ain't going anywhere. That was Halo 2, was it? Well, I like Halo 2 as well. But Halo 3 for the reasons I've already given. I think I completed Halo 4. I didn't even I had the was it Halo 4 because I got because I had some my like real life friends were mostly PlayStation, because I started off with PlayStation, went to Xbox because of Halo, stayed with Xbox for a while with like 360 and all that, but a lot of like in real life friends were on PS3s, and I had a bit of cash, so I thought I'll go get myself a PS3, and so I could play games with them, you know, because I've all like my online gaming buddies and stuff, and so I got that, and the games I had were Bayonetta and Dante's Inferno, and I played both games, and they were just literally just like button mashers, and that wasn't, for me, wasn't fun. And then I was using like the social stuff, you know, where you had like the place, you had the little avatar walking around the place, and you can talk to your friends as in their avatars and whatever. Well, you can talk to them, but the whole sort of that experience is a bit, you know. Played chess a few times with my friend, went to the cinema, but thinking that you could just sit there and both watch a movie together, and it wasn't like that. So it lasted about 2 weeks, because then they introduced the Halo 4 Halo Edition Xbox 360. So I went and traded in the PS3 and got one of them. Sorry. I hope that's not cut, because obviously I can see my input on the mixer here, and it just goes red as I cough. So apologies. I know it's normally quite a sort of you know, ASMR sort of experience in general. Although I think the music's quite loud. Was the music okay, or was that too loud? I don't know. It's hiding the coughs. Hear me splutter! But yes. PS3 friends come and go, but the great journey is eternal. I shall take your word on that. Let's say, because I started off obviously PS1. I bought one of them, and I still was like PS1. I got it from Dixon's, and it had Tomb Raider with it, and that was like 500 quid, I think. It was a lot of money, or whatever package I got. It came to about 300 or 500 quid. So I had that on a finance, HP. Played the crap out of that. And then my friend Jim came round with his PS2 like years later, because we was like playing obviously PlayStation games whenever people come over. And then he came over with a PS2 with Gran Turismo 3, and the intro video to Gran Turismo, the cinematics on that. Oh, that was it. That's when I was married at the time, and my wife and I just like, she played games as well, and we just looked at each other and said, "This is fucking awesome." And like, she went, "I think we need to get one of these." So we did. So at the PS2, and literally like played Gran Turismo for fucking months. Yeah, we'd all have like people come around, we'd have our design our own cars, and play the game. Four. Yep. And a doop. And then after that, as I said, I got hold of the Xbox because of Halo, and this was like when, I think the Xbox 360 was probably about a year away from coming out. Not that I knew that at the time. So I got the Xbox, played Halo Combat Evolved, loved it. And then after that, my little brother came over to stay for the weekend, and he brought round an Xbox 360 with Gears of War. And guess what didn't happen then? I got Gears of War on an Xbox 360. So definitely was influenced a lot of those purchases. As I was saying that when we used to play on the PS2, we used to play SOCOM with my little brother. So because it was you could have 2-player, and you had the mics, so you could order teammates and stuff. And he'd come round, and we both had boonie hats, so we were sitting in the front room wearing boonie hats, doing our missions. We're dressing up for the part. Hey, Strike Minis, how are you, buddy? Good evening, Princeps. Greetings, Princeps. I think the only Gears of War game I actually enjoyed was Space Marine 1. Oh, dude. Gears of War was awesome. The amount of times you'd find me cackling as I was ripping something apart with the Lancer. I loved that. And playing online as well. That was always fun. I was running around the corner and getting like a shotgun. Blew in half. But yeah, there's nothing quite like it is running around, revving up a chainsaw, a chain blade, and then just ripping something apart. Beautiful. Beautiful, man. Scalamanjaro. I don't mean to say that people shouldn't have enjoyed Gears of War. I just didn't click for like, no, that's nothing. I'm not holding it against you, Ben. Don't worry. I'm not going to torment you about it or anything. Or will I? No, of course I won't. Um, but no, say it was a game which, in some ways, Space Marine One, Space Marine One could have benefited like with the use of cover. That mechanic would have been cool. Um, Love that mode in Halo. Oh, also Beast mode on the Horde one and Gear. Oh yeah. That was the thing as well. It's like I always remember playing like Gears what on Gears One final mission Power Horse. Play through that, and that was a real bitch of a mission to finish off, sort of thing. But I found when I went through on like insane level doing it. I actually found, I suppose maybe because you're familiar with what's generally going to happen, even though it's harder, the enemies are tougher. By going like up level after level, sort of thing, I actually found that doing it on like insane nightmare level, I felt it was actually easier than when I. It felt easier than when I did it on the first like normal level. But I loved Horde mode on on Gears of War. There was also a hack that allowed you to have I think up to 10 people join in or something. It was 6 to 10 people because normally it was only like 4 of you, I think, in Halo. Or was it 3? In the missions it was 3. Online, I think it was 4. But there was a hack on the Xbox where you could actually play. Like, I never did it. I never knew how to do it, but one of the people I hung out with did, and we had like at least sort of. I felt like a 10 player horde mode. Like, so you're doing it on hard or nightmare, and there's like 10 of you doing it. So whereas you'd normally be like 3, 4 of you, there's 10 of us in there gunning the shit out of everything. Torque bow. I love torque bows. Fantastic. A great way to spend the evening, obliterating someone's head at range with a torque bow. Fantabulous. Ooh. You're not playing ball, are you? Yeah, because these guys are jump brawlers, so they like to just get up in your face and tear you a new one. But they've never had an official 28mm model, and so when they brought out the Mechanicus sprues, and like you could see what was in the box, and I'm looking through, and I'm going, "Oh my god, they've got the Artilax!" So, as I said, oh my god, I am absolutely ruining this. But not only, oh my god. I'll have to let that dry for a little bit first. But yeah, it's like when you let's say that's the whole thing. Like multiplayer games, having a group of friends that you could go out and just have a laugh doing whatever the hell you want, with your weapons. Like that was one of the reasons when I got the Xbox, because I was playing like the Xbox 360. Um, I got Shadowrun, which I think you can actually you download it for off the Game Pass or something like that. But that was a really really great sort of like team deathmatch thing. 6 players aside, and it's like 3 different modes, like team deathmatch, capture the flag type thing. Um, so, but that that was I played that solidly for a year. No other game, just literally just going on there, and most of my long term friends I made from Xbox. One of them I moved in with after the breakdown of my marriage. I lived with him for several years. So you do make friends in reality via gaming, right? But when you've got six player aside, and you need to have like going around, and you'd be playing up, and there was a big group of regulars, so you'd be like up against each other, and you knew that person preferred that sort of like loadout with his characters and all that sort of stuff. So, but it was a great game, and unfortunately, if they supported it better, with more like maps and stuff or variations on weapons or whatever, I don't know. But if only they had supported it, that game would have been so much bigger than it was, because it had so much variation to it, and it was fairly balanced, I thought, as well. It was a great game. But you get that with obviously certain games. I always remember when Mass Effect 3 came out. I didn't actually do the campaign for a year because I was too busy playing the online mode, going around as an N7 destroyer with like its machine gun. Just literally, I was super tank. Just walk in there, just lay down such heavy firepower. It was unbelievable. This is unusual for me as well. So I should do that quick basing. Let's draw the end. Ba, 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 ba. Where's the lid gone? There it is. So I put some poly cement down first. Just carefully adding so little rocks. Try and get as much of the rocks on as possible. So where it's got not so much stuff, I always add a little bit more super glue around and then just sprinkle some more just to give it a little bit more height. Not necessarily another rock, because that would be a bit stupid really. Thank you very much, rock. But yeah, so it's not so flat and boring. You've got a nice bit of texture if it could actually focus. There you go. So one Ursarax done. Yeah, so I think we just got to stick this little plasma pistol, not pistol, plasma gun onto the shoulder of that. Doop 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 doop. I say we've not that long to go, people, until it's Christmas time. Oh, Crystal, wasn't there a meetup thing this weekend? Was that been put off because of obviously PB? I don't know. As I said to you, I'll drop by after work, or if I can get out a little bit early. Might be able to get out a bit early because for some reason it's gone a bit quiet. Now, whether or not it's because it's the middle of the month, but it's just odd because this time of year we are traditionally always busy up until sort of the big day itself, sort of thing. So, but today was quiet. And the last, obviously, 2 days where I've been off, even though I was off, I wasn't resting. I know, I'm sorry, but you know, kids, and I had to do stuff. I had to go to London yesterday because Thomas had bought tickets to um, it's the mail rail, so Mount Pleasant sorting office. Underneath there and around is the Royal Mail trains and stuff, and we was basically a walk tour of the tunnels and stuff. So I went down with him last night, and it was particularly cold in town. I was surprised how bitter it was. I was glad I took um, extra clothing with me, to be fair. So in backpack, and I had a what did I have in there? Oh, a jacket, like a weatherproof sort of thing, or a weather resistant, I suppose, jacket. So excusez-moi. It was interesting, to be fair. So I've got to do the other artifacts. So we know what we're using now. So you're not going to get much variation in the pose or anything because they're the same. And you only get 2 anyway. Obviously, once everyone's feeling more healthy again, and I get the opportunity, so I'll also pop back around and we can finish watching June 2. Oh, I'm sorry, boss. Well, thank you for popping in, and yeah, well, let us know how you're feeling tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow because the car's in for service and stuff, so I've got that to look forward to. And I'm going to spend a day in bed and maybe doing some more hobby. So I will be resting in one form or another at least. But I hope you feel better soon, boss. I'm sorry. Night night, sweet dreams. Love to Rob and BB for me, please. And thank you. Grass. I'm going to go and try and go in, but we'll come home. B can't. Messed up. Will do, boss. Thumbs on it. Where's that other leg? It's over there, isn't it? Hodunk. Hodunk. Double hodunk. Has anybody started watching Prophecy? June Prophecy? Formerly working title of The Sisterhood, which is showing on Sky Atlantic, I think every Tuesday. So I've started. I've watched the episode, but I was slightly, not compos mentis with it. So I'm definitely going to be re-watching it. It looks cool. I enjoyed what I saw, especially because obviously I've Dune, the universe of Dune. I've lived in it for donkey's years, since 1984 really, when Dune came out, and I loved the movie. I didn't read the books until 1990. I can say that because I found a copy of Dune in the street. I was literally just walking down and going to college, and I think it was like a school copy. Somebody had fallen out of their bag, and I just thought, I'm having that. So I kept it and I read it, and then I was at a boot sale and I bought the other 5 books for like £2, and they were like more of the modern iterations with the more updated modern covers. So got them, read them. Obviously God Emperor Dune was it was massive, but I got through it. I enjoyed it. And I'd still say, like, after like re-listening, like when Audible, like, because I do a lot of audiobooks as well as podcasts and stuff, like to and from work, it's a good sort of like hour in general to work and back, um, each way. So I get through audiobooks quite quickly and that. So I've made good use of my Audible account over the years, and so I listened to June all the way through, eventually to the last two that Kevin J. Anderson and Brian Herbert worked on together with the stuff we found in the corner. And yeah, so as a whole overview, I enjoyed it. I've not really read anything in the expanded universe, so nothing about the. I know obviously about the Butlerian Jihad and so people from it, but I don't know the ins and outs. Had some stuff relayed to me because I'm one of those people that I don't really care. Like, people can tell me the end of a book. Like, I'm not bothered. If you hear the ending of the book, you hear the ending of the book. So it's not really something I get precious about. Because if it sounds cool, I'm still going to read it, sort of thing. Especially like stuff with like Horus Heresy, because we know how it starts, we know how it ends, but it was the journey of getting from Horus Rises to the end of the death. 1, 2, 3. So, and yeah, it's just travelling that well-trodden path. Ooh. Apologies, Mr. Ton there, but the little one needs no. This is exactly. Little ones always need attention. So I wouldn't want you to ignore the little ones. They need attention. Deal with them. You'll feel better for it, and they'll stop needing attention. armies on. So yeah, so first impressions of Dune Prophecy or whatever. It's enjoyable so far. I'm liking the levels of intrigue and the whole sort of setting out of what they are about. And you know, Mark Strong is a fantastic actor playing the Emperor of House Carino. You've also got Travis Flemel, who played Ragnar in Vikings, and what was the other thing? He was in Raised by Wolves as well. He's an interesting character, someone who you're sort of led to believe should have been killed but survived when everyone else died. And yeah, and his mysteriousness. I don't think he likes the sisterhood that much. No, because this is the origins of the Bene Gesserit. So this is 10,000 years ago. It actually states it's 10,178 years before the birth of Paul Atreides. Because if you remember the start of the old Dunes, it was 10,191. So basically, he was, in the books, he was like 13, 14 years old at the events of Dune. Although there is a little bit of nitpicking about certain other dates, or this they did also. Water. Yeah, so it's got similar like atmosphere to it, but that's as far as it's sort of got, really. But it's setting up things. So there's only 6 episodes in the series, like most shows nowadays are short series. Not like, you know, the 80s and 90s where you had Star Trek Next Generation, 24 episodes per season sort of thing. So don't get that anymore. So it's you don't get the sort of little episodes where they just try filler episodes, basically, as you used to. I was saying to my friend Scott that I probably need to actually just re-watch that first episode again, because I wasn't able to really keep focus on it, if you know what I mean, because obviously being ill. That's the excuse I'm sticking with. Wait a minute. Right, that's the second Arthalax done. And I think I'm going to call it there because I'm getting a lot more coffee. And not in a nice way. Nice. So, thank you for coming out on this shorter than standard stream. Hopefully, I'll be a little bit more Coppers Mentis at the weekend, which I don't think I'm looking after any kids. It might be a late start because I'll be popping round to see people that turn up to the little crystal meetup in Harlow before coming home, because it's right near where I work, so it's a bit rude not to, really, you know, you catch up with some of the other people. So yeah, so Saturday and Friday, next Wednesday are the only days, because the following weekend I am away. Thanks for the stream. Hope you get some Lemsip. I've got some Lemsip tabs, so I've got to take my next dose anyway. So that's the nighttime dose. So that's probably why I'm coughing more as well, because it does. I don't cough as much. You know, I took my last one, I think about 6, so it's about time anyway. But yeah, so thank you for coming and hang out again. We got some chatting done. We got 2 Artalats, as you can see, 2 mighty Artalats, which I'm just going to paranoid because they seem quite tall. Will they fit in? Yeah, they'll fit in a box. So they're going in the big box with the Thanators. So yes, that's wonderful. So yes, I hope you have a good rest of the week, or a great rest of the week. You know, it's up to you. You make your week yours. And I'll see you on Saturday from probably like 8:30 again, something like that. And then next Wednesday next week. So until then, take care, and we'll see you all again really soon. Take care. Bye.